So, former Democratic presidential candidate and mother of Organg, Marianne Williamson, recently went on CNN and she perfectly described what the Bernie Sanders movement is all about. Take a listen to what she said and then let's talk.
Marianne, I appreciate your time. I mean, look, we are just moments away from Buttigieg and Klobuchar, doing this on the eve of Super Tuesday together, getting out when really nobody thought that they would. Everyone thought they'd wait till after Super Tuesday, endorsing Joe Biden, in Texas. You tweeted in response, quote, "They must have read Art of the Deal." What did you mean by that?
It was obviously a reference to President Trump's book. The moderates are consolidating, and it's a huge Stop Bernie movement. That's obvious to everybody, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Okay, so does Elizabeth Warren need to drop out to help unify the progressives behind Bernie Sanders?
Elizabeth Warren should do whatever her conscience leads her to do. I'm a big fan of Elizabeth Warren. I think she's a wonderful woman. Very clearly, a lot of the things that she stands for are aligned with the things that Bernie stands for, but she needs to make her own choices here. I think what matters to me is that we have a progressive candidate. We have an America in which 1% of all Americans control more than 90% of the wealth of more than 90% of the bottom. We have 40% of Americans who could not handle a $1,000 unexpected expenditure. Yeah. We have tens of millions of Americans who don't know what would happen if they got sick, if their children got sick, how they're going to send their kids to college, or how they're going to pay off their college loans. We need a massive infusion of economic hope and opportunity into the life of the average American. That's what matters. So the contest here between moderate and progressive is the moderates are saying, let's take an incremental approach to righting this ship. Those of us who are progressive say, no, this is so off course. We have so strayed from the core principle of what American justice, including economic justice, should mean that we need to fix this, we need to fix it now. That's not an extreme position. What's extreme is how far we have strayed from the American ideal. And Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders have to do what they feel is right to make this happen.
Honestly, as much as the establishment likes to make fun of Marianne Williamson, she is a strong advocate for civil justice. She's a strong advocate for all of these progressive ideas, and overall, I'm glad that she endorsed Bernie Sanders. During the presidential election, she was possibly the strongest person on reparations, which makes me think that she is an ally to the Black community, and also just her answer there shows that she's dedicated and committed to these progressive ideals. She understands that people are dying because they don't have health care. She understands that people just want a living wage so they can support themselves and actually feed their families. And most importantly, she understands that the establishment is consolidating their power and coalescing around Joe Biden now. You have Pete Buttigieg dropping out, Amy Klobuchar dropping out and endorsing Joe Biden. You have Beto O'Rourke coming in and endorsing Joe Biden. And also, it seems like she recognizes that in order to defeat Joe Biden and actually enact a true progressive agenda, Elizabeth Warren needs to drop out. She sees that, but she said so in less than a lot of words. She kind of leaves the choice up to Elizabeth Warren. It's not up to Marianne Williamson whether or not Elizabeth Warren drops out. But she recognizes that Bernie Sanders is the only person that can unite the progressive movement, unite all of the supporters, and defeat Joe Biden so we could actually pass these policies and pass this agenda. So after Super Tuesday, I truly do hope that Elizabeth Warren drops out and her supporters fall into Bernie Sanders' camp. We need to. We have to. I wish that she dropped out before Super Tuesday, but I think after Super Tuesday, it'll be definite, 100%, the writing will be on the wall that Elizabeth Warren will need to drop out and her supporters will need to consolidate power like the centrists are. Otherwise, we're not going to win. We're going to have a brokered convention. We are going to lose to Donald Trump in November if we have a brokered convention, and have straight up tyranny for the next 4 years if he comes back into power. So a great answer by Marianne Williamson. Let me know in the comments section below what you feel about her answer. Let me know if you agree or disagree with what she said. Follow me on Twitter at PathForwardYT. Tweet me, whatever you want. Follow me. Keep up to date on all of the news that's going on in this 2020 cycle. And hopefully we'll get some good results in Super Tuesday for the progressive movement later.